Oh boy! We're back! Hello everybody! So we're back with more Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3! It's exciting! I ate some burritos and now I'm here and hopefully the chat is working. So I did some stuff with the chat, so hopefully it's working and hopefully it's better than ever before. But we'll find out. But we're going to find out. Because, I mean, it might not be better than ever before. It might be. I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to find out, though. So, hopefully it works out. Oh, my God. I'm getting so many messages. So many messages. I'm going to mute my phone real quick before we get started. So, part one, I really, really enjoyed. I've enjoyed my passage in this game so far. We're gonna swap out Psylocke. I do like her. She is extremely pretty. And we're gonna swap Psylocke out for Nightcrawler for a minute. That way we can use Nightcrawler. I'm also gonna go in and up some peeps. Look at some peeps. No, that's not what I wanted. Team. So, oh, I have to turn the sound back up. I turned the sound down so that I could watch other stuff. So, there you guys go. If that's not an acceptable volume, somebody tell me. So we're back. I made that. It's pretty jacked up, so it might be pretty loud. If it's not, just yell at me. I'll turn it up more. So while I was gone eating burritos, which were delicious, by the way, in case you wondered, while I was off eating burritos, Marvel announced their entire Phase 4. So I want to go through that real quick, just to talk about that news, because we need to rant about it, because I haven't had a rant in a while. So let's talk about Marvel Studios Phase 4. Starting next year on May 20th, we are getting... oh, shit, and they just announced more stuff. So they're still announcing stuff. I figured they were done. They're going to do a Blade. It doesn't say. It just says Blade. So I'm assuming movie, because up until this point in their Hall H presentation that's going on at Comic-Con right now, every time they've announced a television show, they've said, they've tweeted Marvel Studios blank on Disney Plus. For the movies, though, they've just said from Marvel Studios. So it says Marvel Studios Blade. So I'm going to assume... the guy who played Cottonmouth, it looks like, in... Isn't that the guy who played Cottonmouth? In Luke Cage. Isn't that the guy that played Cottonmouth? Yeah, the guy that played Cottonmouth is the person who's going to play Blade, it looks like. And I actually kind of like that. He kind of looks like a young Wesley Snipes. But I'm assuming that's going to be a movie because they didn't say what it was. They don't give a date for Blade, but it does not say Disney Plus. So I'm going to assume that's going to be a movie. So Black Widow's coming out next year on May 20th, which is or on May 1st, 2020. Let's scroll back up through these in the opposite direction. November 6th, 2020, The Eternals is coming out. That's really interesting. I really don't know what to expect from that because that's not like a mainstream type product. And it's not really the normal, typical story they do. I know this movie's been rumored for a while, so it's not surprising to see it. I'm not like, oh my god, I never saw that coming. But I'm just not sure how you adapt The Eternals into a comic book movie. It's interesting to me. Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier was announced as a television show. We already knew that was coming. It's coming fall of 2020. a movie, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is coming. I had to Google Shang-Chi. He's like a Bruce Lee character from the Marvel universe. But we're finally getting a on-screen good interpretation of the Mandarin. I'm so excited for that. Also, they're hoping this can do for Asian Americans what Black Panther did for African Americans, and that they're hoping that this can sort of they're pulling a lot of Asian Americans for the crew as well as the actors. I'm really excited about Shang-Chi. This also fits in a lot with one of the big rumors for Marvel going forward is that they're going to focus less on American heroes and they're going to spread out and pull from more countries around the world for the Avengers. And I'm really, that kind of ties into that, because it's one of the first big movies announced. The first two movies announced, the Eternals and that, neither of them are Americans. WandaVision, which is the WandaVision television show, the Loki television show, both those coming in spring 2021. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which will have both Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, May 7th, 2021. Super, super excited. They're going to do an animated show of the Marvel What Ifs. I'm super excited for Doctor Strange. I'm not trying to skip over it. There's just a lot. There's like 10 shows here. Animated What Ifs, which could be a really cool television show. I'm imagining it's kind of be like Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. It's just going to be a bunch of one-off episodes of What Ifs. And characters are going to be reprising their voice roles. So if you see Scarlet Witch, it'll be Scarlet Witch voicing it, etc. The Hawkeye television show, which we knew was coming, is coming in fall of 2021. They have cast Jeremy Renner is returning as Hawkeye, but they did not announce Kate Bishop, which means Kate Bishop probably hasn't been cast yet. For every other thing they've announced, they've talked about who is playing who. That's one of the exceptions. So the fact that Kate Bishop wasn't announced probably means that they're still looking for their Kate Bishop. Thor: Love and Thunder is coming out in November 2021. Love and Thunder has Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman, which means Thor at some point will leave the Guardians of the Galaxy, return to Earth, and meet up with Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman. The strange thing about this is they did not announce Guardians 3, which we know is coming, and Guardians 3 must be somewhere in the middle there, because Guardians 3 has to happen with Thor. We know Guardians 3 is happening with Thor, so it's got to fall in the middle there. It's got to fall sometime before Love and Thunder. We also know a lot of the groundwork for that was already in place months ago, that they're either shooting or close to shooting that movie, so that movie wouldn't make sense to come out before Thor: Love and Thunder. So there has to be more movies and content than what they've shown right now at Hall H. So then, yeah, they announced all that stuff, then they went back and announced Black Widow for the very next Marvel movie that's going to come out. Which I kind of figured, like, of course they saved that for the end as their surprise to make people think they weren't going to put it out, blah, blah, blah. I'm surprised they're doing Blade, though. That surprises me. It also shows that they're pulling, the guy who played Cottonmouth from Luke Cage. That means those actors are not out of the question for future roles in the MCU, which is a really interesting thing. That's a lot of interesting news to come out. I think that's really interesting that those actors are not off the table, which means we could see. We don't know whether they'd come back as those same characters, because Cottonmouth is coming back as Blade, but it would be really cool because a lot of people really do like that interpretation of Matt Murdock. I know Danny Rand was a little hit or miss for most people, but the other three members of that Defenders team were really, really well received as fitting very well into their roles. It would be interesting to see if they make a comeback. So anyway, here we go. We're going to play with, oh yeah, that's right, I was going to play with my team a little bit. So let's mess with this stuff. Oh man, that's so exciting. There's so much news just dropped. It's so great. So, la la la, I didn't want that. Make it rain. I have 0 AP for Deadpool. I have 5 for Scarlet Witch. A regenerative field of magic that heals allies. Okay. Berserker Barrage shoots character forward while spinning and slashing, holding the aim button. Spinning uppercuts, and this is shoots at a fury, increasing attack rage for a short time. Let's do that, because that sounds exciting. Kaboom. And then Nightcrawler, we're just going to upgrade everything to 2. I don't think I'm going to keep Nightcrawler on the team. I don't even think I'm going to use him that much. But while I do want to test him out, so Bamf Strike, I think, was actually the name of one of his moves off the old game, so that's pretty interesting. We'll figure out what of his moves I like before I dump more stuff into anything. Let's look at my alliance enhancements real quick before we get going again. I don't have very much AEP, whatever that is. Alliance enhancement points, I'm assuming is what it stands for. You know what, actually... I only have 12. I don't think there's going to be anything I can upgrade. I'm trying to get everything over in this tree, and then we're going to go over and do the energy mana pool tree. So let's get going. Let's try out some of these new Wolverine moves. I'm actually pretty excited that we just got the Wolverine moves. So I haven't really been paying attention. I was just kind of running through this, so... We just unlocked Deadpool, even though we've had Deadpool the whole time. What's over here? That's interesting. Ah, found it. I was like, it's been a while since we've had any unlockables, so I should probably look around. What is this? So I'm pretty sure Scarlet Witch and Deadpool can take this down. See, she's right there. Why is she not helping? I got it, I figured it out. I got a rare item. I think all those gems have been rare every time I've gotten one. Just making sure we look around and we get everything. So we're gonna go down to the danger room.
Take that. Oh, that was ugly. And I would know.
I like how I have 2 Deadpool ground. Try to stop the unstoppable Juggernaut.
Here come your dumb friends, fool. Now I can stop all of you. Party time! Haven't had this much fun in ages. Walls down here are reinforced. Just ricochet right off.
did it. We beat
This way.
the Juggernaut. How did he get back in the building? That can't be Cyclops. Cyclops just got sent like 10 miles away. I bet that's Mystique. Since, my controller is very tangled up. Magneto just sent Cyclops soaring into space with Colossus.
You think you cannot be stopped, Tovarish? Allow me to prove you wrong.
I'm going to assume maybe that was the real Cyclops. Rah, I'm Wolverine. Use an XP cube.
Level up.
That way he's closer in level to Scarlet Witch and Deadpool. Okay, making sure I got everything.
I'm told this is the most secure room in the mansion. I'd say you'll be safer in here.
Oh, I was right! Oh, why did I take back my guess? Oh, I was right.
Training sequence initiated. Level Alpha.
No! Oh man, I was so right. Oh man. Survive the Danger Room trials.
Be careful. Training programs may be holographic, but they can still hurt us.
They don't call it the danger room for nothing.
You just waded into the wrong pool.
My tail's just begun.
I'm Scarlet Witch, and I'm awesome. Why does everybody in here have Wolverine claws?
Level Alpha cleared. Initiating level Beta.
I want to know what I use with all those little vials of dust. Man, when Deadpool and Scarlet Witch do their synergy move, it is for that bomb attack. It is. Look at that.
Level Beta cleared. Initiating level Gamma.
No, I need those little balls on the floor. Oh no, where's this? Oh no, I need those little balls.
Feel my
My tail's just begun.
The threat level is escalating quite rapidly.
Switch it over to the file marked Deadpool's Danger Room Dream Dates. My tale's just begun. Take that.
Level Gamma clear. Initiating level Delta.
Woo-hoo!
Can't survive in there forever. I'll make sure of that.
What the heck was that?
Critical error. Power levels beyond maximum threshold. Abort training sequence. Abort. Abort. Abort.
More bodies to add to the pile.
Quite impressive.
Ooh, Cerebro. Do I have a smoosh? I don't have a smoosh. Does anybody have a smoosh? Yay, we did it! Cerebro! We got a purple crystal for breaking into Cerebro. That was exciting. I think I'm like 90% of the way done with Nightcrawler.
My tale's just begun. My tale's just begun.
I don't mind Nightcrawler. I just don't want Nightcrawler. La 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 la. I might put Venom back on. I like Psylocke. Just I don't like her moveset.
We are Venom.
Let's look at enhancements real quick. I have 22 points. I thought there were a couple things I could buy for 20. Money is not my problem. It's CP points. ISO management. I don't know. Shall we? Let's try some. Let's try an Infinity mission real quick. I'm kind of bored. Level 10, level 9, level 8, level 7, 20, 14, 20, 12, 21, 25, 30, 20, defeat Venom and Electro. Let's try this. You can't take this trial, but you don't unlock it yet. So how do I know which ones I've unlocked? I don't know. It says like level 8, so we're gonna try that. I don't understand the huge, like, 3 in the middle of the screen. Is it supposed to stand for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? It feels like they made this in, like, 5 minutes, this load screen. Like, they're just like, what assets do we have laying around? And they're like, well, we have this flashing 3 on a starry background. Like, this is probably some, like, teaser image that they came up with, like, to try to tease the game. I think that was a minute 10. But I wonder how long it was. It had to be like 2 minutes, right? Oh, man. And it doesn't tell me how long it actually took. But oh well, I got most of the rewards out of it. The only one I didn't get was, return to menu. That was actually pretty cool. I'll come back and do these. They're okay. They're like the training room simulations, and it's dumb that it takes me all the way out. They're like the training room simulations in the old games. I mean, they're basically the same exact thing. I don't know why they named them something different, I guess, just for kicks, but, they're not bad. I don't understand why there's a time thing on it for, like, completing everything in, like, the top level for everything for prizes is, like, beating it under a set amount of time. But they don't show you the amount of time you completed it in. So even if you beat it and, like, get a rank 2 instead of a rank 1, you don't actually know how close you were to getting a rank 1. You'd almost have to measure it on your own and see how long it took. Which is kind of dumb. It's bad UI. What is that? Oh no, is Magneto ripping off the entire roof of the house? He's ripping off the entire roof of that. He is so jacked up on Infinity Stone.
A new era for mutant kind is about to dawn. Such a pity that none of you will live to see it.
Defeat Magneto, reclaim the Power Stone.
Because that's the only thing keeping my claws off you.
It's not too late to join me, X-Men.
Come on, Magneto, bro! I'm not even technically an X-Man!
Not stop evolution. Request my might.
Really surprised he hasn't done it. No way.
Power is exactly what I've been seeking.
Oh no. I shall build a new world in the name of Homo Superior. Oh, we kicked his ass. He just knows it. He's sad. Sad Magneto. Hashtag sad Magneto. Oh look, the Black Order is in the name of the game, but this is the first time they've shown up outside of the opening.
Guys. You could say that.
We have tracked you across the Great Void to retrieve
The Great
stolen
Void.
from us.
Because we couldn't say space.
Return the Infinity Stones to us at once, or suffer for all eternity.
That is a terrible voice for that character.
Yeah, right. Like handing them over to your boss is gonna lead to less suffering. He's gonna use them to rip the universe to shreds. And since we live in the universe, well, I'm sure you understand our concern.
You only delay the inevitable. Thanos shall have the stones. Even if we must pry them from your dead
Dead
hands.
hands. I have a spear. Oh, Magneto pissed off now.
On second thought, Perhaps an alliance is called for
Oh,
after
I
all.
love Magneto. That's exciting.
Slaughter them, Outriders!
Zaba!
Where do these things come from?
The stones will be hours before the rest of the Black Order even arrives.
How about that? We're kicking their ass pretty good.
Our master will be most pleased.
Kicking some ass. Kaboom.
100 ugly aliens down, 2 more to go.
Imbeciles! You barely survived facing me alone. What makes you think you could ever defeat 2 of us?
Oh,
Brilliant observation, Liebchen. Danke.
Proxima! Ah!
Proxima.
Insolent whelps! I shall eviscerate you all in her honor!
Wow. He was fucked up.
The only master you shall bow before today is the master of magnetism.
Power like this before.
He ain't gonna let up. Not with rays like that powering him. Trust me, I know.
What in the heck? How are we supposed to beat this guy? Are we supposed to lose to him? Maybe we're supposed to lose to him. Because, man, he hits like a one-shots everybody. Kinda think
You
we're
waste
supposed to
your
lose.
breath and our time. Once you have fallen, your insignificant
Yeah, we were
planet
supposed to
shall
lose.
follow.
Okay, that makes sense. I kind of thought so.
Save that moment of glory for our master.
My beloved.
It was Mystique
And
the
let
whole
me have
time.
mine instead.
He's been banging Mystique the whole time.
You dare harm a member of the Black Order!
Pretty. She killed a member of the Black Order. She just harmed him. She shoved a spear through his
Perhaps we
chest.
have not been clear enough about the gravity of your situation. Allow me to remedy that now.
Now we have to fight her after we lost the other one. Why are they making me do this?
Alive?
She's back. How the heck can we fight them both?
One shot everybody that we don't.
Keeping the stones out of their hands is the only priority right now. This way.
They're mine. So clouded with hate. If they catch us, we don't stand a chance.
We shall bring Thanos the stones and your heads.
Run all you wish. There is nowhere on this planet that is safe. The thrill is in the hunt, my love.
What are you waiting for? Go already and leave the alien.
Even with this stone at my command, this may not be a battle we can win. If we used all of the stones together, however...
We would almost certainly do more damage than good. What we need is time to regroup, to formulate a better plan, as far from here as possible.
I have never teleported so many at once, but I can attempt to...
No, Kurt. Not even Lockjaw could get us all far enough away from this insanity.
Well, maybe if he gave Kirk the Power Stone, so you amped up his power, which Magneto is holding right there.
Will follow us to the ends of the universe.
He could probably teleport you to the ends of the universe.
Perhaps. Something has been weakening the barriers between dimensions. If I can just break through.
So we're going to a different dimension now. That's exciting. That's not happened in an MUA game before.
Huh? There. But I must warn you. Chaos magic is unpredictable. I do not know where this will lead us.
At the moment, dearest Wanda, anywhere is better than here.
Where did Wanda come from? Because they hadn't introduced her in the story yet. Oh yeah, I guess she came with all the originals, didn't she? When everybody else showed up at the very beginning, she showed up. When we were able to ditch the Guardians of the Galaxy, she showed up.
We're safe now.
Forgot about that.
If only I could be so.
I'm still confused she didn't show up when the X-Men showed up, but... You know, movies and such. The Dark Dimension. Yeah, we're gonna get Doctor Strange, probably! That's exciting! Oh look, the generic load screen, because we can't have other load screens.
Our team in the lab just figured out how to upgrade your ISO 8. Better stop in.
Oh, good. I'm glad you finally figured that out, because I knew that was going to happen, because that's what all the crap is for at the bottom. You can modify your ISO 8 or enhance your alliance. Go ahead. ISO 8 management to... They act like I wouldn't have come in here in all that time. Like, nah, I just didn't want to come in here. Stagger rate by 11%, but reduces the blah, blah, blah. Deconstruct. Why can't I deconstruct that? Deconstruct. While above 25% HP in attack, that reduces a character's HP to 0, will instead reduce it to 1 HP. Zillion. Do 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 do. I need a lot more. I don't think I have any money left for alliance enhancements. Oh, no, and I don't have any AEP points anyway. I like this grid, I like this skill tree, I just don't like... I wish it was attached to the old team building system. The Dark Dimension.
Mindless ones. Their only instincts are to defend this dimension and to conquer others.
Hey, I landed the role of mindless one on this team fair and square. No way I'm letting those dudes steal my deal.
A Void Spear. Oh, you know what? I didn't use my... orbs. Use XP cubes.
Level up. Level up.
Yay! Now Wolverine is 25. Why are they punching that rock? What is going on? A bunch of rocks punching a rock. Who is that? Crazy lady with 2 guns? Who is this woman?
Jump in any time now, darlings.
Elsa Bloodstone. Hunts monsters.
These monsters won't hunt themselves.
Who
We've
is
got to
this
stop
person?
these beasties before they overflow into our reality.
Our world? This is like a place, like, this is another dimension. This is a world. I didn't even know you're from our world. I've never even heard of you before. If we see her fighting, there's a really good chance we're going to get her on our team.
Does it?
I have never heard of Elsa Bloodstone before.
How many lumps? Oh, the fun's just getting started. This dimension... I'm a monster hunter, dear. So when a rift opens in downtown London and giant stone brutes pour out, it's my job to stop them. Even if it means delivering them back home myself.
Who is this woman?
I've seen a few, yeah. Haven't figured out a way to close them yet, though. Bit of like busy keeping those golems from invading our world more.
let's see. Elsa Bloodstone is a fictional hero appearing in Marvel Comics, whom nobody's ever heard of. She first appeared in 2001. Interesting. People I've never heard of. I mean, it's not a bad choice. I mean, she fits in here.
You go right.
She's kind of different from other characters. I just don't care about Elsa.
Powering these portals is unusual, even for the dark dimension.
How do we...
I fathom I've already jumped through enough holes in reality for one day, sweetie.
Be on the lookout for anything unusual in that region.
Yeah, unlock this one, but I don't want to do it.
Another rift. It's as if the fabric between dimensional planes is beginning to shred. Can't let the mindless ones cross to the other side. This artifact is releasing powerful arcane energy. Could it have something to do with the rifts?
Back!
The magic from this artifact is somehow powering the rift. Maybe destroying it will close the crack and keep the darkness from seeping into other dimensions. The magical signature of each artifact seems to correspond with a similarly colored rift.
Oh. So if we hit the red balls, it shuts off the red portals, and if we hit the blue ones, it shuts off the blue portal, the blue rifts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got ice those. Oh shit.
These relics come in so many colors, yet not one goes with my outfit. Pity that.
I'm liking this level though, as far as design. It's a lot. It's more unique than all the other levels up to this point have been. Seem like they're pretty heavy inspired by the first couple MUA games, and I don't remember a level like this.
This rift is different. Stronger. I can feel it. It is beyond the point where smashing some trinkets will seal it. It is as I feared. More powerful magic will be needed to mend this fracture. I will have to handle this one myself.
Ghost Rider! Woo! I didn't even know he was in this game.
Not even the pyre of hell itself can contain me.
Ah, now that's a good voice.
When there is vengeance to be delivered. Hope you heroes don't mind somehow.
Ghost Rider. I might actually switch out Venom for Ghost Rider. Oh, shit. It's time to ride. Come on, Ghost Rider. You can be on my team. Hero select. We're still missing... I thought we got Magneto. I guess we did not get Magneto, because he's not on here that I can see. But we got Elsa Bloodstone, who nobody asked for. Nobody. There's no random Marvel forum somewhere where somebody was like, you know who I really wanted Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? Elsa Bloodstone. Nobody has ever said that. I'm not saying she's a bad character. I'm just saying there are so many other characters that the world would have asked for before Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah, Ghost Rider. Let's ride on some ghosts. Can I fly up there? No? There's a portal up there though, so maybe I can... Portal up there? I'm assuming that's the right way to go. So if we go back here and we jump up there, maybe that's the portal to that other pond. If I can jump up there and I'm not a moron.
You made the cut.
All of these rifts lead to different dimensions. We have to seal them shut before the realities converge.
God, those shows a beat. It looks like a truck. So the glowing ball where was that other place that Wolverine was at? Is it down there? Oh yeah. I like a Ghost Rider a lot. Ghost Rider, a character people probably actually asked for. Also, Bloodstone. I'm just confused by it. I sound like I'm dissing on her, and I'm not. I'm just confused. 'Cause, 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 'cause Doctor Strange!
Doctor, I'm so glad you're here. Something is wrong. These portals... they're getting bigger? No. That must be a mistake. The spell you're casting... it's expanding the rift. You have to stop!
I cannot cease until all realities are one. So I am commanded by the dread Dormammu.
Make you believe in him. Oh no, he's evil! I must unevel him so that I can have him. For my collection.
Magic of this dimension consume you! Is your strength against me?
Feel my might.
Those who trespass here will never leave this realm again.
Okay, so he's really weak to physical attacks.
Dormammu, be gone by the flames of the Faultine!
I don't like Strange's voice actor. I like the voice actor we got on the video
Purge
game.
your dark soul from my own!
Oh no, dear doctor.
It's not bad. I've worse choices in this game have been made for voice acting. I'm so picky. I'm such an elitist. This is hurt school. It's like, old school Marvel Ultimate Alliance voice actors were better. Deadpool especially. Deadpool really sticks out. Like, I can probably deal with Doctor Strange, but Deadpool bothers the shit. Oh, crap. This? Not
Sorcerer Supreme pales when compared to the dread Dormammu. fight. Strange tries to kill you, yet you still fight to save him. Such fascinating creature. As you strange, your soul will be mine. So swears Dormammu! Give me a minute.
Oh my gosh, there we go, we got him. That was actually a good fight.
That was quite an impressive feat. But vanquishing the true Dormammu in his own realm will be nearly impossible. Lucky for us, the impossible is my specialty.
Like how Wolverine is down and I can't revive him. Oh, there he goes.
I will. That was no... Dormammu, I'm afraid.
The Strange joins the Alliance. Why are his gloves off? Oh. He's got skin hands. Why has he got skin hands? I don't understand why he has skin hands.
Did anyone call for a doctor?
Yay, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange. Winds of the Watum. I wonder if I can make more ISO crystals. Can I just make a random one? Why won't it let me... Okay, there it goes. It's like stuck. It like wouldn't let me off the It wouldn't let me off the those top three options. It was like my cursor was like stuck floating up there. It's very odd.
We'll need to make our way to Dormammu's lair and pick up a little something extra along the way.
Okay, so that holds out for a few seconds.
Dormammu's toying with the Reality Stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this dimension, right down to our perception of it.
Seems like most of these creatures are magic.
Dormammu has imbued these mindless ones with his own essence.
Because Wanda wasn't doing a lot of damage to me either, but Wolverine and why did it let me come back here? That's really interesting. I don't understand why it let me go back. Just like to mess with me?
You'll have to watch your step next time. I may not always be here to catch you. Dormammu is
what level is Doctor Strange? I don't think I have very many XP cubes.
Level up.
Okay. There we go. Now everybody's the same thing.
Immune to the magic born in this dimension. But the Reality Stone has created an anomaly. Dark crystals that we can use to absorb and reflect Dormammu's energy. If we can find them.
What? That's dumb.
These are the crystals I spoke of. I can sense that you carry similar ones already. We should be able to use these to erect a mystical shield. Block their attack and absorb the energy. The crystals are fused into the Mindless One's stone forms. Perhaps we could remove them. Not without a fight. Flames of the Faultine. Crimson bands of Sitarak. The crystals are more fragile than I expected. But there should be more as we traverse closer to Dormammu and the stone.
Such bad luck!
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Reduces EP cost. So close to being able to buy that. I'm kind of disappointed with Doctor Strange so far.
Are giving me a bloody migraine.
We're not only so dumb.
It cannot be.
There we go. I might as well stay Wolverine or Deadpool, because... It seems like they're, like, the main damage dealers in this party in this area.
Get up, kid.
I can tell I'm getting tired because I'm talking less.
Dormammu's toying with the Reality Stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this...
Let's swap out my team. I don't even know who to put on my team because nobody else is leveled up. But clearly Doctor Strange cannot hurt these people at all. Nobody else is leveled up. So
Hercules, rise again.
Let's go with that.
Mention, right down to our perception of it.
I wish I knew how much. I wish it showed in here how many. This screen should also show how much money and AEP and other stuff you have. It'd be really, really nice. It'd keep me from having to go in here and be like, oh, I wonder what I got, what I can spend. It was like, money ain't the problem right now, it's EP. He's Loki. He's majestic. Prince of Lies, Master of Mischief.
The Kingpin had no idea the power he possessed. But I've been watching, and I now know what these crystals can do in more experienced hands. Here.
I like how Loki just came out of nowhere. And he's got a whole bunch of bedazzled gems.
You heroes have no idea what you found, do you? I was keeping my eyes on you, but perhaps the time has come for fists instead. You fight with honor. That's your first mistake. Why brawl like common ruffians when we could be working out a deal that benefits us all? ISO 8, call them what you will. Soon, they'll all be mine. And you thought one of me was hard to handle?
So much ice.
The one true Loki doesn't crumble under pressure. Perhaps I should have thought this through a bit more.
I like how he just came out of left field. Not even been in the game at all, besides him, like, smiling from a rooftop at one point.
I must admit, this alliance you've built is quite inspiring. Perhaps I should craft one of my own.
It's weird to me how for so many of these characters it's clear they went the movie direction, and Loki is a super popular character in the movie universe, and he's the one character they actually tried to be different on.
All that matters is that he is gone, that we have his crystals, and that Dormammu lies ahead.
On that Dormammu lies ahead. I don't know if we got any AEP for that or not. We probably did. It's a boss fight. You normally... Oh, okay, we got nothing. And they weren't kidding. The thing I read that was like... I read a thing before I started playing this, and they're like... There's like no experience in the latter half of the game. And that's actually pretty true.
Dormammu's lair is near. Focus the energy from the crystals to destroy his enchanted barrier. We can't delay. Dormammu's shield must be broken. We can absorb their attacks with the crystals and redirect the energy at the barrier. We'll need more crystals to destroy the barrier. Luckily, the mindless ones are bringing them right to us. Fantastic. The barrier is beginning to weaken. We're almost there. Just a bit more.
Almost down. There's so many enemies right now. might actually die right here because... Nobody else is dead but me. That's so dumb. Why would they give me a limited amount of rocks to do this with? Oh, the rocks respawn. They just take forever to respawn.
We've reached the barrier. Nowhere left to hide now, Dormammu.
It cannot be.
Cheating my way out of that one.
Accustomed to chaos, but this realm makes even my head spin.
You know, I'm suddenly kind of glad I didn't have those tacos after all, because I'd probably be spewing them back into my mask about now.
Do. Yeah, throw some XP cubes if I have any on. Okay, I have one. I just have that one.
Level up.
Just to help Ghost Rider because he's the lowest person on my team. It's weird because you guys can't see it, but this thing is going direct to my TV, and the time between when I hit these buttons and stuff actually happens is pretty crazy. So I still have no, just like nothing. Dormammu! I've come to bargain!
Your journey ends here. The future holds only darkness for you and all of reality.
Uh-oh, he got a reality stone. We gotta stop him. How do we even attack him? He's like
Which
super far away.
sorcerer is truly supreme, Stephen?
I have Dormammu. He is about to extinguish your flame once and for all.
this is kind of annoying. Oh, cool! Thank you for the follow, Victor.
Exceptionally brave or insane.
Okay, so once we actually get stunned, we can do a decent amount of damage. Before that. Oh, we leveled up. We hit it once. Is it easier? It's still kind of... I wish it was a different... I wish the fight was different. I don't know where that rock is.
Impressive, but not nearly enough to defeat me.
We're not doing any damage. Use the crystals to absorb his beams and create an opening for attack.
Well, that would be nice if there was like 800,000 enemies to fight. Stun locked in place. You might actually lose this. I wouldn't even mind this fight being this way if it was slightly... able to pick up the stone long enough to charge it. Like, pick up a stone, get shot. Did we break his shield? I'm so confused. Oh, there's a rock in there. These rocks are so hard to see. See, every time I go to throw them, I just get smacked. Yeah, we got him.
Mindless ones took the brunt of your attack. They served their purpose, and Dormammu still stands. You shall learn that Dormammu is always the victor, no matter the reality.
Oh, it's so close to beating him.
None should be able to defeat me here.
Wolverine had more energy that could have done all I needed was like one more pop of that Wolverine and I did that. Ah, we defeated him. Barely. Oh my god. Again, thank you, BitRoar. You subbed in the middle of that, or you followed in the middle of that fight, so I wasn't paying too much attention. Thank you, though, for following. As well as the smiley face. Ah. What a dreadful, blah, 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 I don't care.
Indeed. Calm.
The conversations in this game just aren't that interesting.
You cannot destroy the darkness.
He's right, Juno. Dormammu feeds off this dimension's endless arcane energies. He can't die in this place. But we most definitely can. And if Dormammu
Why does he not
spills
have
this
gloves
black
on?
magic into
Oh my
our
god, it's
world,
bothering me.
He would be unstoppable there, too. Of course, without the Reality Stone, he can't merge our dimensions together. And without the darkness to fuel him, he wouldn't last long. So, if I can open a portal back to our plane of existence, perhaps we can take the stone somewhere safe.
Wasn't it the point of coming here that the stones were safer here than they were in our world?
Safer than this.
I'm just saying. That's what Scarlet Witch told us. That was the whole thing. We couldn't run from Thanos no matter where we went.
We came here to escape the chaos of Earth. Our people were trapped at the heart of far too many conflicts over the centuries. Assailed from all sides by those who wish to harm or exploit us. Only by removing ourselves from their world would we ever truly hope to find
Are we gonna team up with the Inhumans?
So, tell us, my dear sister.
Who's Queen of the Inhumans first?
Why have you opened our doors to the same chaos we fought so hard to leave behind?
No matter how we may try to cut ourselves off from our home planet, my queen, we still have friends and allies who need our help. Who are we to ignore
I
their
hope we get
plight?
some Inhumans. That'd be cool. I mean, we already had an Inhuman this whole time. I just don't use her.
Inhumans. As both humans and mutants alike have repeatedly reminded us, we stand alone. And unless your friends can convince the king otherwise...
The strong and silent type.
So do they.
I mean, he's technically also the really loud type. I mean, that's just why he doesn't talk. Ah, that's so cool. Let's go play with my alliance enhancements. Ah, it's so exciting. So, we don't have a lot of points, but I think there was a couple things at 20 I could have bought on the skill tree. No? Did I get all the ones at 20? Okay, well then. We're still waiting to spend points then. I wish the levels were bigger in this game. In the old game, you fought through, like, just floors and floors of, like, minions to get to, like, bosses. In this game, it feels like the minions are a little bit lighter. Which is something I kind of miss. I kind of miss having all the minions around. Anyway, let's go figure this out. Let's go.
We know of these such... That time, the...
I really wish they do the Inhumans. In the Marvel Universe. It'd be really cool to see this in the MCU.
Has all of Adelon gone mad?
that would be nice.
Hurry. We must deliver him to the infirmary at once. If we don't get Gorgon some help fast, he's not going to make it.
He has magical hoof feet. He's a hoofed animal.
Thane! Gorgon has been gravely wounded. You must attend to him immediately.
He looks like a purple scroll.
Your Majesty.
Isn't Thane Thanos' son?
There you go, big guy. This should stop the bleeding. Before you know it, you'll be back on your feet. Or hooves.
Some sort of
Thane Thanos' son. That's what I thought.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure, young man. Huh? Oh.
Few have. Thane came to us from the inhuman colony of Orlan, seeking sanctuary.
Sanctuary? From what, pray tell?
Not what, but rather who.
My father. Turns out he's a maniacal alien warlord bent on universal domination. And for some reason, he really wants me dead. His name is Thanos. If you're lucky, you've never heard of him.
Luck hasn't exactly been on our side today, my boy. But I have a feeling that may be about to change.
Look how nice and friendly Beast is. And then humans are just being dicks to us. The whole time. The whole time.
How can I? So I'm told. A bit, only let's hope so.
I'm not gonna lie, the stories going on are a lot less interesting than the stories in the other MUA games. Where I kind of cared, like, why are we here? What is going on in this city? Because there was always, like, some plot. Like, it was always like, this guy's trying to take over Atlantis, or this person's trying to blow up New York.
Try to rest.
And your stuff just happened to overlap with that other plot. In this game, it seems a lot more like, it's all just about that main story. You can tell there's a lot less...
He's lost his twisted mind. Again.
...thought put into it. This... Ravensoft really made an RPG.
Cousin.
And...
Is that anyway
Ninja Theory or whoever made this, just, they made a pretty good game for what they did, but it's missing some stuff. Brilliant, but crazy. Hey, Shane Wolfgang, welcome
Use my hammer to shield Gorgon from further damage.
To the stream. How you doing today?
I should have known you were behind this, Maximus. Only you would dare betray our people.
I am nothing if not predictable. Isn't that right, brother? The silent team, as always.
So many people on stream.
But I'll give you something to talk about. Just you.
It's a wonderful Friday night, or Saturday night. Done anything exciting today, Shane Wolfgang? I've spent my whole day trying to beat this game. And I'm only this far. I don't know how far this is, though. So, this could be really far. This could be like the last level. I don't know. But I doubt it. I get the feeling the purple void of floating rocks that is Thanos' lair is the final level. Now we have to follow Hot Topic looking Inhuman guy. I don't know how far I am, because I haven't ever... Well, clearly I've never beat the game before, so I don't have a way to compare this to a certain point in the game at which, I feel like I'm pretty far. I gotta be in, like, the last quarter of the game, I would guess. Because I've been through a lot. Like, I feel like I'm pretty far. We just got up to the Inhumans, and that's... I don't have enough points to level up anything.
I'm not a fighter. but I guess this is my battle now.
I wonder if we're gonna unlock Thane. That'd be
This
crazy.
isn't
I
the
wouldn't see
first
him
time
being
Maximus
unlockable.
has tried to claim the throne from his brother. Close.
But I can't say. Like, for all I know, this game could be like, I could only be like halfway. I doubt it though. I would guess I'm somewhere the last third. I have 4 of the 6 or whatever Infinity Stones. I believe there's no way to check that. They just say every once in a while how many I have. I have power, space, time. And I just got reality, so there's 2 left. I think I have soul too, so maybe I have 5 of the 6. So maybe I am really close to the end. Oh, thank you! Thank you for following Shane. It's appreciated. So have you played the other MUA games, or you just interested in this one? So I can't imagine I have much left, because I have to have like 5 of the Infinity Stones at this point. We caught Hot Topic. Here he is.
What a joy! What a joy! You always thought I was insane, but I know exactly what I'm doing, and I relish every twisted moment.
Maximus, it doesn't have to be this way. We can help you if you let us.
By locking me away in a palace cell again? I think not.
Oh, that's why I can't do anything.
Fighting my own flesh and blood over and over grows tiresome. This should be an interesting change of pace. Your pathetic attempts
I'm
to
curious
resist
because
are
I
almost
haven't
adorable.
actually... I googled it earlier to see, but I couldn't find anything saying whether this game had a New Game Plus mode. And so I don't know whether when I beat it, I get to go back through with these characters again. I'm really hoping I do. The old games had New Game Plus mode. So I'm kind of hoping this one does, but I couldn't find anything saying it did. I googled Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, New Game Plus mode, diddly. Got a lot of other stuff. Not a lot of Oh no. Things are not stuck anymore. There we go, we almost got him. Woo! Got him half. Ah, yeah, so do I. I really love the first 2 games. The second one, I like the first one the most. I think I still like the first one the most. This one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it beats number 2 for me or not. I'm leaning towards I like it more than number 2. But it's very much built for playing in co-op. There's a lot of times you have to use the synergy powers and like teamwork and stuff. Well, you don't have to, but I mean you have to, but a lot of the enemies are weak against the synergy powers, and a lot of the secrets, like collectibles and stuff, you need the synergies for. There's just a lot of stuff you need to make the game easier, and the AI is not always cooperative. Let's say that. Like, it'll be like, use the synergy move to get through here, and the AI won't cooperate with you. Like the Doc Ock fight, you have to fight. He stands up in the air, and there's like, he's got his 4 tentacles on the ground, and you have to go around and kill each one of them, and they're in the 4 corners of the map. And like, you'll go to target one tentacle, and all your teammates will go to target the other tentacles, and you have to hurt them with this. If you go, I don't remember if you have to on the normal fight or not, but in trial mode of the fight, like the training room type fight version of it, you have to use synergy moves, and your teammates will on and off, and if you can't use synergy moves, so there's literally no way you can fight them. It's irritating. I feel like it would be really fun if you had 4 people who could focus. I don't know. I'd say I've played through the first game a lot so far. Galaxy. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about. You're talking about like when you went into outer space in the first game. I think I played through the second game like twice. Played through the first game like 100 times.
Curse you.
Is it clear now who wears the crown?
Galaxy's fine. I remember going into space in the first game, and what can I do for you? You really proved yourself.
Maybe. But if the Black Order is out there... Well... Right.
No pressure.
This is Winter Soldier, broadcasting on the Avengers emergency frequency. Again. This is Winter Soldier, broadcasting on the Avengers emergency frequency. Again. If anyone is listening out there, my mission to infiltrate AIM was a success. At least until MODOK and his nerd squad somehow recovered a bona fide Infinity Stone. Wasn't about to wait around and find out what they plan to do with it.
So I blew my cover and grabbed their rock. I'm approaching a secure location with the stone in hand, but it won't take long for those eggheads to figure out where I'm headed and try to take it back. So, if you can hear this, Avengers, lock on to these coordinates and swing on by. It'd be a shame to be stuck in paradise all alone.
Wakanda!
These are the coordinates Bucky transmitted.
So, where is he?
I have no idea what you're talking about. For some reason. And it's making me wonder why, I don't know. Yeah, the only space stuff I really remember is the stuff from MUA3 when you go up and you're like on the Kree and the Skrulls.
We've got company. They must have followed Bucky
what's
here.
the aliens that are always on screen? Lilandra's aliens, those, the bird people. Lilandra. That's the only, like, space part that I have lived. Now I'm gonna want to replay 2, because I'm thinking you're probably talking about 2, and I can't remember it all. I wonder if we're gonna get Black Panther, and I bet we're gonna get Black Panther and Winter Soldier. I would recommend it, especially if you have somebody you're playing with and you haven't Switch. It's worth it. I think so. I think it's surprisingly better than I thought it was going to be. When they announced this game, I really thought it was going to be bad. I was like, because you know how long it's been between the games and a different studio made it. I was like, oh, this game is either going to be really bad or it's going to be really different. It's pretty close to the old game. Some of the systems and stuff have changed. I gotta unlock this. Ronan the Accuser, level 36 mission, and I'm only level like 30. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than I thought it would be. Some of the only big problems I've had with it really are when you level up, people don't level up when you're not using them. So, that's kind of annoying, because, like, in the old games, when you didn't use people, I'm sure you remember, like, they leveled up, and so you can, like, they didn't level up as much as everybody else, but they leveled up, and so it was easier to switch. On this game, my characters are all level 30 right now, that well, most of the ones I'm using. Every character I got at the beginning of the game who I haven't used is at level, like, 7. And all the characters you get as you go along are scaled to the level of the area that you're in. So, I just got Ghost Rider in the last level, so he's like level like 28 or 27 or something. But like, Miss Marvel, who I got in the first level, is still level 7 because I never used it. Which kind of sucks, because it makes it kind of hard to go back, and if you want to like hot swap characters like midway through the game, you can't really do it as easily.
Take care of them for the moment.
More trouble incoming. Aim's not messing around.
If I get to a shield checkpoint, I'll bring up the character menu.
That AIM only
cool.
worships
Maybe we'll get
science.
Storm.
But if any of you believe in the goddess, now would be the time to start praying.
No fair weather front.
My
I'd say the other problem I have is sometimes the writing is pretty bad. There's some lines in here that are pretty corny, but then there's some lines that are corny in like a good way and not funny. So it's really hit or miss. I don't think the story's as good as the first two games, but gameplay-wise and mechanics-wise, it's pretty cool. And it's pretty crazy how many enemies they can get on the screen. Yeah, see, like, Scarlet Witch is like one of my top characters. Deadpool I unlocked early because I bought the expansion pass. And he's,
The winds are changing in our favor.
I think, 32 or something. It depends. Like I said, it depends. If you use them from the time you get them, you get them, whatever level you get them in, like, whatever zone you get them in, they start at that level. So, if you get somebody at the beginning of the game and you never use them, they're going to be really weird. You could go back and use them. I mean, you could start using them and they'd level up pretty fast probably, but they'd be pretty weak for a while. Which sucks.
Lightning strike.
I mean, on the one hand, I guess that gives you a reason to play with different people more often, but you also get experience orbs, and you could, I guess, theoretically hold on to the experience orbs. And once I get done with this fight, you get these collectible items that you can use to level people up, and you get a lot of them. And if you held on to those, I guess, if you wanted to go back midway through the game and bring somebody old onto your team, you could use those to, like, catch them up. And I'm guessing that's what the orbs are actually for. But I've been using the orbs on, like, the main characters.
Area secured.
Because if I get Storm, there'll probably be a checkpoint right after this door.
The storm is unleashed.
I got Storm, so there's probably a checkpoint right here. I feel so smart when that happens. So, here's all the characters. Spoiler alert. I'm still missing 5 people. So, like, I just got Ghost Rider last level, and he was, like, 26 when I got him, or 25. He's now 29. I played, like, 1 level with him. But Miss Marvel over here, I got in the very first level, and she's still level 9 because I never use her. So So she just sits in here, never gaining experience, which kind of sucks. I don't remember what this screen looked like in 2. I kind of miss how in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 they were all just standing there in like a big group. I thought was really cool. I kind of missed that. This is just kind of like a generic selection screen. So like, yeah, some of my characters are pretty low level. But you get these... Where are they? Do I have to select somebody to use them? Oh. If I come in here, I can use experience orbs, like I have this one. There's different levels of them, whatever. So you get a bunch of these, though, like these cubes, these experience cubes. You get a ton of these as you go through the game. You could just hold on to these and use them if you like midway through the game decided you wanted to use, I don't know, Captain America, and you never used him. You could just put him in your team and then use a bunch of these to make him a high level. But I just keep using them on the characters that I use all the time, so it's not really helping me. You could do that. You could change your team each level, but I think the problem with that would be then your team would always be behind. And, like, I use these people constantly, and they're pretty much right at this level I need to get through the game. It might work. Like, I've been hot-swapping characters quite a bit. Like, I've used... Okay, so I've been using Ghost Rider a lot, and I've been using Venom a lot, off and on. And Venom's level 16. But I've swapped Venom in and out about 50% of the time Venom's been on my team, and he's only level 16. Which actually is pretty accurate, considering everybody else is like 30 and he's 16. So he's only been played with... I've only had him like on my team half the time. So I don't know how well that would work. And I don't think there's a way to like go back and replay levels to gain experience, which would be nice. Because like systems menu, this all just save, load, there's nothing in here. You can go to these infinity levels and do them as much as you want. And these are like the challenge rooms. They're all like areas you can go through. You can do all these special levels that have special requirements and unlock stuff. Like this unlocks a Captain America costume, a Spider-Man and a Hulk costume. This is experience orbs for defeating Electro. But you have to find them. But you could probably replay those a bunch to get experience. I think you can level up in those. I haven't done very many of them. There's normally special requirements, and they're pretty tough. But they're not a bad... I'm pretty sure you can level up in them, if I remember right. It's been a long day. Combat's a little different from the old games. There's no hold to use moves anymore. So, like, I know Deadpool used to have a move where you held down his attack and he would spin with his blades. And there was another one where you would use the attack and you would just hold down the button and he would shoot the whole time. None of that anymore. They're all, like... This is the closest you get to, like, Deadpool, like, holding down and firing his gun. And you can tap it, and you just keep changing like that. But there's no, like, holding it down. There's no... As far as I can tell, there's nobody has a hold move. They're all, like, tap moves at best, where you tap them a bunch. And I kind of miss... I liked a lot of the hold moves, where you could just hold down the button and just shoot out a beam or a line of bullets or whatever.
We need to keep searching.
So it feels kind of different in that way. But the combo moves are really cool. Like, see if I can get one to go. good. So like that right there, where all the yellow numbers were popping off, that Deadpool and Wolverine used to combo move together. Sometimes you can get into chain and you can do a ton of damage. It's like each character uses the move they were already going to use, but they are better than the move normally is. It's like an enhanced version of that move. Like Wolverine, his normal move is just these claws slashing up like that. And they kind of hit everybody when you do the combo move. Like that. Which is nice. They're called synergy moves. They do a lot, and it would be nice if they don't always work as well as I would like, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the AI doesn't always get in position to do them. Yeah, I really like Venom. So he was on my team for a while. I really like Hulk in the first Ultimate Alliance game. He was DLC, but I really liked him. I don't like him as much in this game. They changed him a lot. In the first game, he had some really cool moves. Also, every character only has 4 moves, which is another big change that I don't really agree with. I can show you in a second. So, in here, in team, boop, 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 boop. I can actually probably level up Scarlet Witch's one move now. So these are shards. You get to equip these. These just give you bonuses. What do these shards do? Damage is affected by blind. Damage increase, stagger damage. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Increases energy. I want that. Anyway. So you only get these 4 moves. You only get 1 move for each button. There's no skill tree for your character. Nothing like the other games. You get these 4 moves, and you can level up these 4 moves, and that's it. And that kind of bugs me a lot, because I liked how many moves all the characters in the first game had like 15 moves apiece. In this game, you just get 4. Oh, maybe you do get a 5th move. Unequip ability. Oh, so no, you only get 4, and then you can unequip. Why would I want to unequip an ability? Maybe you can get moves? Because that menu's there, so I don't know what that's for. Because I haven't seen anybody with more than 4 moves. So, maybe you get another move down the line? I don't know. But I really liked being able to, like, pick what moves your character... Your character had so many moves in the old game that you could, like, kind of customize your characters. So, like, even if you had a Wolverine, your Wolverine might not play like your friend's Wolverine. And that was cool, and that's kind of gone, as far as I can tell.
We're pinned. We need to disable those turrets.
We're pinned, even though Captain
We are
America's
easy
not here.
targets where we stand. We must find a better angle of attack at once.
Go up here. I have so much money and no...
We must find something to block their attack.
we shut it off. But overall, the game's not bad. It's pretty solid. If you like the old game, you probably like this one. I don't change out my team that much anyway, so the experience stuff doesn't bother me that much. Like, I have the characters that I want, and I like them. If you get them midway through the game, they're pretty much caught up to your level anyway. So if you get a character at the beginning of the game and you want to use them, you just keep using them.
Strike.
Ow. Don't shoot Wolverine. He's a nice guy. He's the best at what he does. It's a lot of the little stuff around the edges that I don't think is as good as the old game. Like the battle talk and stuff. Like some of the stuff Wolverine and Deadpool used to say used to make me laugh so much, and now a lot of it's gone. Or it's going down a lot. Some of the levels I don't think are as well designed as the old one. I haven't You can ride Ghost Rider's motorcycle, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it's just a move, but it's still a cool move. And my energy would charge up. Go grab this ball and see if I can do it. Look, I can ride his motorcycle. Vroom vroom! There's been a couple puzzles. The first half of the game, there was actually a lot of puzzles. In the last couple levels, I haven't seen as many. But the first half of the game, there was a lot of, like, traps and stuff you had to jump over and, like, dodge around. There was a lot of, like, switch puzzles where you had to, like, click, like, just like the old switch puzzles in the old game. It was a lot of stuff like that. I probably will be on tomorrow. Probably be streaming this
Not
or...
one step further, fools, or you'll be crashing harder than the Winter Soldier.
Claw. I'll probably be on tomorrow. If I don't finish this tonight, my plan is to get on tomorrow and play it. If I'm on tomorrow, I'll probably either playing this or probably this. Because I don't think I'm going to finish this tonight at the rate I'm going.
And it will be the
but yeah, there's puzzles. They're pretty good. Like I said though, there hasn't been as many. I actually hadn't noticed that till you just said that, but there's fewer of them in the back half of this game. The first couple levels, they were kind of all over the place.
Sounded like a
go to bed. The stream will be there tomorrow. And I'll probably be back tomorrow playing more anyway. So it is sweet, I'm gonna get Black Panther. Have a good night, sir, if you go to bed. Hopefully I see you around again.
Lest the hunters become the prey.
Which was a good conversation.
No prey escapes the
Sweet, I
panther.
got Black Panther. Kinda wanna swap out Ghost Rider and try Black Panther.
You have chosen well.
Oh shit, Black Panther's 31. Who's that? It's like a
Vibranium slash.
Vibranium slash. He's got that, which is like an uppercut move. That was pretty cool looking. Like a forward dash attack. And that is like a charging up attack? I wonder what that does. Puts the character in a defensive stance, allowing the absorption of incoming attacks, then blasts the energy back at your enemies. I wondered if that's what it did, because it reminded me of that's the way they kind of animated in the movie, so I kind of thought it might be like his kinetic absorption thing. Let's see if I can... This is the one skill tree that I think is actually pretty cool in this game. So you get this big... I don't know if there's a way to zoom in and out or not. So there's this main hexagon, and these are like the 6 stats in the game. There's like physical resistance, magic resistance, your total energy on your character, strength for what you do for physical damage, health, and I forget what mastery is. But anyway, these are the 6 stats in the game for each character. And this is like the beginning of the skill tree, and then these are... If you follow these branches out, there's 6 other hexagons, and the only one I've gone into so far is the health one over here. From what I've read, these skills in the middle are supposedly really good when you unlock them. So I'm trying to... unlock these skills over here. But you have to unlock everything to unlock the skill in the middle of the skill tree. So I've gone up the Vitality skill tree. And I'm trying to finish this out so I get this skill. Then I'm probably going to spec into energy just because I run out of energy a lot. That seems to be the big thing for me. And I'm really bad at blocking and dodging, so I needed the health.
The fallen Quinjet is here, but the Winter Soldier is not. Could that be a blessing in disguise?
It's probably not a blessing in disguise, Storm. It's probably something bad.
The Winter Soldier must have ejected before the crash.
The Winter Soldier must have
There's
ejected.
no way he'd go out.
I like how he's acting like he doesn't
Knowing
know.
Bucky, it'll be one for the ages. Makes me feel sorry for him.
I like how Falcon calls him Bucky, but Cap, who's his best friend, does not call him by his actual name. Oh, he's reflecting it back. That's so cool. Ah, and he's shooting off me. That's really cool. Deadpool is just like shooting and is all reflecting off me. That's so neat.
There, we're almost back
I'm
to
easily
the capital
amused.
city.
This has actually been one of the more open levels. This might actually be my favorite level in the game so far. A lot of them have been really like narrow corridors and not a lot of like What's back here?
It's not what we're looking for, but it could be useful.
There's a whole system for crafting those, that crystal I just picked up is like the equipable thing, it like changes your, it like upgrades your stats. There's a whole system for crafting those and like making them, and like you can discard one if you don't want. Well, you don't discard them, you like break them down and you can use them to craft or upgrade ones you like. It's a pretty decent system. I just don't go in there unless I know something is, I'm actually gonna use it. Ow.
Wakanda forever!
Let's go Black Panther. Oh, and you can revive allies now. Like, they get down. This is actually something that I really like. Instead of just losing your character until you get to a checkpoint, you can come over here and, like, pick him up. But you only get 3 of them between checkpoints. Damn, what is up there that is doing so much damage? Is it just snipers? Something is just tearing my characters up. I wonder if it was those snipers. They died. They had really low health, but pretty sure they would kill Black Panther and would almost just kill Deadpool.
Your sisters have served your kingdom well, my trusted guardian.
I have a Panther and a Wolverine on my team. I don't think I have any reason to go into the shield checkpoint.
The Panther smiles upon us all.
Yay, Panthers. Smiling Panthers.
I would gladly give my life for my king.
That will not be necessary. Not today.
Knock them off the... Oh, and you can't grab it. Grab is gone. Which I don't like. I miss being able to grab here, but... It's okay. There's worse things than grabbing. I can live without it. I just miss it. Combo moves are so OP. Nice. Okay. Okay. Did not know that. It's so funny that I'm not being such a confident.
Feel my might.
Combo move! Level up! It's not bad. I point out a lot of things, but
Not well at all.
overall it's not really that bad. Because the combat system's changed so much.
We must destroy
I mean, it's similar. It's very similar to the old game, but it's not
Wakanda's
the old
defenses
game.
will be restored, and AIM will be vanquished.
Like in place of a lot of the old combat stuff, it feels the same on like a really basic level, but a lot of the advanced stuff in the old game has been replaced with like the combo system, and the combo system, like this, I guess the combo synergy system. And the synergy system is very heavily based around like the co-op stuff, which is why I said it's probably a lot better game if you play it co-op than if you play it alone. Wow, I just got fried. Wow, that's why all my teammates are way back there. Wow, that just one-shot total hit. That's crazy.
Under our control, we can show AIM what they were truly meant to do.
Because a lot, it's really based, it's really heavily focuses on
Did
the,
they really think they could turn a panther
synergy
against you,
system.
T'Challa?
That's where all your big damage moves are. That's where you can really,
now,
if you,
before more reinforcements arrive,
the few times,
keep
like
the invaders
whenever I
at
use
bay.
a synergy move, you pretty much just clear everybody on the screen like almost immediately. Like, the few times I'm not using a synergy move, it's because... Most of the time, it's either because the AI is, like, wandering off somewhere, or...
Can't let you go any further, I'm afraid.
I run out of
Murdoch
energy.
still has plans for this one. And if he gets his prize...
Like I said, I'm still surprised how it is very, very close to the old games, minus like a few small little things around the edges. I haven't tried co-op yet, so I don't know how that works. I don't even know how online co-op works. I wanted to beat the game by myself first.
If you want to claim Wakanda Claw, then we shall give you all it has to offer.
I'm really surprised it didn't end up as some like weird action game with like 5 characters in it, to be honest. And we just comboed his health. I get so much enjoyment when I pull off a really cool synergy combo and just destroy a boss. I was using Scarlet Witch a lot. I really like her in the other game. Where's he even at? Oh, there he is. He looks like Deadpool. Like, he didn't look like Deadpool. I'm like, where'd the boss go? Everybody's up with me and Black Panther. I don't even be able to revive anybody. The sound waves are just crazy. I could at least get Wolverine out if he has self-healing. Just try to stay alive for a while.
Return to the
Always little projectiles when you get covered with stun. So many of them. When we get in there, we do a lot of damage. Getting through all his sound waves is oh, he's almost dead. Just got pressure on him. The only thing that keeps him from shooting those sound waves too. Give him any space, he shoots off like 100 sound waves and you just end up stunned the whole time.
You may think you've won, but you haven't heard the last of me!
Get it? You haven't heard the last of him because Claw is made of sound. Such a clever pun.
I was wondering when you'd show up.
It's so cheesy, it's bad.
I've been
But it's
better. MODOK used his mental powers to poke around inside my head. And trust me, it's not pretty in there.
Compromised how?
Back when the Russians brainwashed me into their personal assassin, they implanted code words in my memory to keep me under control. if MODOK found them? It gets worse. MODOK and his AIM goons got their hands on the Soul Stone after the crash.
Wait, how did they get their hands on the Soul Stone?
With them.
We had it. We just had it. So you missed this, but earlier in the game, Ultron attacked, and he had the Soul Stone. And I killed him, and Vision, who's on my team, took Ultron and put Ultron's brain inside the Soul Stone. That was a whole thing that happened. So how did MODOK get the Soul Stone?
No.
I am so confused.
Ambush! AIM forces are closing in. If you're hoping to stop MODOK, you need to go now.
Wow, there's a lot of...
I mean it! In there, I'm just a liability. A weapon AIM can use against you. Let me buy you the time to finish the mission I couldn't. Don't worry about me. I've taken down the Red Skull. You guys in Beekeeper suits should be no problem.
I have no idea how he got that Soul Stone. And I feel like I missed something in the story where we lost the stone. But we definitely had it, because they put him inside it. So I'm so confused. But I guess MODOK has the Soul Stone. Let's go with that.
We must find MODOK and recover the stone before he can use it against
Yeah, why is Bucky always the one getting, like, kidnapped and brainwashed?
We must
Poor
protect
Bucky.
the
I really wanted him on my team, too. I like Winter Soldier a lot. I like Black Panther a lot, actually. I don't know if I like him more than when I had Ghost Rider on my team, because I really like the way Ghost Rider plays. And his moves worked really well with my other characters. Because I think a lot of the damage types and stuff he did, my other characters don't really cover. I don't think I have anybody else that does fire damage. Oh, I'm really tired. I think I'm actually going to get off. So actually, I am going to get off. How long was I streaming this time? I streamed earlier, and that was the second time I streamed today. I've been streaming for like 3 hours again, so yeah, I'm probably good. Anyway, I'm going to get off. Thank you, Wolfgang. I will probably see you tomorrow. I'm going to get off, go to bed, sleep, get up in the morning, try to finish this. If I knew how close I was to the end, I would probably stay on, but since I can't guarantee I'm close, I'm going to go to bed and get up when I'm more awake. 4 more characters, I know, it's exciting. I have no idea who they are. Because, like, all the people that I knew were in this game, I have already. And all the people I've seen in screenshots, I have already. So, I'm kind of excited. Like, I didn't know I was getting Storm, and I was pretty excited for that. But, yeah, I don't know how close I am to the end, so I'm just gonna get off. And tomorrow I'll have energy, so I can just plow through and finish whatever I don't. Thank you for stopping by, Wolfgang, and I'm gonna go sleep. Have a good night, sir.